quick disclaimer, this isn't a tutorial on how I draw, but it's more about my brush settings and what I use to make those drawings. And we're just gonna get started with what I use to sketch. So what I do is I use their default pen. I believe it's default, but if you guys are still curious, I'll put my settings somewhere on the screen. So this pen is just your basic pen, and what I use a lot is whatchamacallit, the size, right? So I feel like when you get smaller with the size, it kind of gets more jaggedy. You can pretty much tell. So here's just an example of how I sketch. So simple circle, line, you draw your face. This is all gonna be on real time, so this might be a very boring video. Oh, and I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I don't have that many things by the way. I have like 2 brushes that I really use. And yeah, so I feel like the sketch for me is the least important part of my drawing, because I do 1 layer painting and that kind of like, I just paint over my sketch, right? So what's really important is my painting brush setting that I use. So here you go, I'm done. And another thing that I use is the default marker. It's like, honestly, I don't know the difference between it, but it's kind of like, it's like more opaque, less opaque, a little bit transparent, because it's not like, as you can see, it's kind of like gray. It's not full on black, where like the pen is like full on black, right? So I think the marker is really good for like lining things out. So you want to do like guidelines, right? So your body and like and stuff like that, because it's like flowy and it's like easy on the eyes. And you can always, of course, change your opacity and like just draw over it. But I don't really use the marker that much. Just, I don't know, when I'm in the mood to, mostly for guidelines. But I mostly just use the pen. So now we're done with the sketch. So now I'm going to talk about what I use for my painting, and that's my most important brush. So of course I'll leave a picture somewhere on the screen, and I'm just going to show you what it does. So for me, I don't have pressure sensitivity for Paint to Side, because the Mac and the Paint to Side are not compatible with each other, and there's really no way to get pressure sensitivity in here. So I have to play a lot with blending. So for example, here I have a plain black, right? And I have my red. So if I don't want it to really blend that much, I'll put it low to like around 20-ish, and it'll kind of blend, but not really blend. It's still like very contrasting. So when I put it on around 60, you can tell that it blends like so. And then go back to black, go back to 20, or like let's go to like 18 or something. Like it's like full on black, right? But if I move this up to even higher, it'll just you can hardly see a difference between the contrast compared to that. So that's pretty much my brush settings that I use. Okay. Kind of looks like that. So, but this might be different for everybody, because I just don't have pressure sensitivity, but you guys might have it, so this might not apply to everybody. But it's kind of like very painterly. And then let's see. Quick demo before I do this is, okay, we're gonna make him skin yellow because why not? And we're gonna add in some purple shadows. I also use this for, I do 1 layer planing. Some purple shadows. And we're gonna add him some green hair. Oh wait, let's make it some contrast. Blue hair. Then here's kind of like the gist of something like that, right? kind of just like blends everything out. Usually the default for me is like 40 for the blending. So what you guys really gotta do is just play around with it. Every laptop's different, right? So that's pretty much it. Hopefully that was helpful, because it's just pretty much my brush thing. It's not really going in depth with anything just yet. And yeah, hope you guys like it, and thanks for watching.